as nearly 3,000 delegates flocked Davos, Switzerland for World Economic Forum 2023, and Indonesia established the Indonesia Pavilion to further introduce all potentials from the country. Rahmat Idris is in Davos, Switzerland to take you on a quick tour to the pavilion. Please, Rahmat Idris.
As one of the biggest economies in the world and forecasted to be one of the biggest, the top 10s by 2030, Indonesia continues to build a strong presence in global economic constellations. And here at the World Economic Forum in Davos in 2023, Indonesia continues to do the same by establishing a headquarters, the so-called Pavilion Indonesia. We're going to go inside and we'll be speaking to the Deputy Minister of Investment Promotion of the Ministry of Investment of the Republic of Indonesia to get to know his takes on what Indonesia has to offer going forward. So come and join me in. So this is quite a crowded scene here at the Indonesia Pavilion, and there you have it, our special guest for our program. A very good morning, Davos time to you, Mr. Nurul. So here I am with the Deputy Minister for Tourism Promotion of the Ministry of Investments of the Investment Promotion of the Ministry of Investment of the Republic of Indonesia, Mr. Nurul Ikhwan. Your Excellency, thank you very much for your time. We know how busy you are. So how is the cold Davos treating you?
No, that's good. It means that we had a Davos event before this year, last year. It was totally different with now, but we are back into the real Davos with snow and also the climate that is familiar for every participant of Davos.
Exactly. That was a bit of a somber mood at the beginning. See how dry it was, and now everything is blanketed in snow. Yes. So here we are, Your Excellency, at the Pavilion of Indonesia. Yes. Kindly let me, join you in a quick tour as we go around the premise just to see what Indonesia has to offer through its pavilion.
That's right. This is the second day of our 4 days of event for pavilions. Right. So we have 3 different rooms, and in this room is the rooms for the exhibitions, and then also we provide some drinks and also exhibitions for some products comes from Indonesia. And the most important thing is the contributions of one of our participants, that's called by Weir, with their technology, because we could present President Jokowi virtually with his avatar, and we could make picture together with him. That's the technology.
So it's like the president is here himself to greet all the visitors. So let's go around a little bit, Your Excellency, Vice Deputy Minister.
This is the area where we could
meet the president.
Yes.
Look at that.
Right.
So visual, oh, there you go. It's like augmented reality of the president's presence. What a technology. Wow.
Yeah. So it means that we could make a picture with the president virtually here, as if the president were with us.
Well, we truly wish he were with us. Right? So, but at least this is the best we can get for now.
It is indeed.
All right, so we have some of the most potential commodities.
The first, we welcome all the visitors with our Indonesian coffee. And this is specially selected by Goto, and they are selected and they provide this very specific thing with some messages, informations with Indonesian specialty of coffee. So mostly, I check also with our colleagues here that they are very happy with the taste of real Indonesian coffee, and then also the blended that they made for them.
Right. Yeah. I had a taste myself, and we can tell our audience out there that it is truly delicious. If you're ever in Indonesia, go look for this kind of coffee.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear that.
That's good.
All the things, yes.
Let's go to other parts of our pavilion.
Sure.
What more can you tell us about
these parts? Here, the display for the products coming from Indonesia, and we are proud of presenting, and especially this is one product that is presented, and they are going to open their store here. In Switzerland, bringing the brand of Indonesia to the international market. Wow. So it means that once this product comes to Switzerland, it means that the quality is there. So it means that we could bring about the quality of the productions coming from Indonesia. So it means that world will not be recognizing Indonesia only for raw materials, but we would like to have something that is also related to the themes that we have for this Davos event of the pavilion, that we would like to have sustainable economic transformations through downstream industry and inclusive partnerships. So this is the thing. So downstreaming is our themes, specific themes that we would like to bring about here in Davos.
Even though global communities have been so much against the downstream, but we're going to push forwards. This is going to be great for our nation.
Because the reason and value behind it, it is not only about downstreaming standing itself. Because the downstreaming is the only way for the developing country, for us in order to make a kind of transformations, in order to reach the SDGs. As the goals
Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
2030. So only through this way then the developing country could achieve these SDGs in 2030. So it is responsibility for all.
Yeah. Your Excellency Nurul Ikhwan, you are speaking as the Deputy Minister for Investment Promotion of our ministry. If we are projecting ahead as conveyed by the President of the Republic of Indonesia, we are aiming for a 1,400 trillion rupiahs investments by 2023. How do we go about this?
Yeah, it is already in our calculation. So that's why the strengths that we have, and it is supported as well with the commitment coming from the leaders during our G20, that we are going to be recognized by the differences and also a kind of a comparative advantage that we have. So that's why, since Indonesia is very rich with the mineral resources and other possibilities naturally, so we are ready with a kind of fuels that we have to try to stimulate our economy. So it means that if we have then the downstream not only for nickel, but all the minerals and also other resources, so we have the reason why we are going to achieve those 1,400 trillion rupiah.
Yeah, actually, now that you touch on the richness of our mineral resources, I can't help but ask about the progress of investments in terms of the productions of battery for electric vehicles. What's the process now, and what to look forward in terms of these cooperations and investments in that particular sector?
Yeah, it is on the track. Everything is on the track, so it means that the discussions and sort of facilitations we did and we've been doing so far for the investors coming to Indonesia, especially from South Korea, and even the manufacturing of EV in ASEAN is in Indonesia. And we would like to show the world that Indonesia having a very reasonable behind of this as a statement and also establishment of this ecosystem. So the things that we are going to do is we would like to have of this ecosystem to be in Indonesia. We invite not only one country, whoever will be having interest coming to Indonesia, we open for this. So because of this then, we are not talking only about EV, but we are thinking about the supportive effect and also materials like, let's say, electricity. So because of this then, we have also the planning of producing renewable energy, because mostly for this product, they request only renewable energy for producing their goods. Yes.
Your Excellency, we were just next door listening in to the special address of our Minister of Investment, Bahlil Lahadalia, in front of all of these potential investors. So how do you read the response of potential investors, and what are the prominent or the most, the biggest achievements and aims that would like to achieve during World Economic Forum here in Davos, Switzerland?
Yeah. Something that I need to emphasize, when we join with this event in Davos, our main objective is about branding of Indonesia. Image building is the main objective of us. So it means that the main objective of us, we are not looking for investors directly to come to Indonesia, but since those who are member of DWEF, they are the decisions maker, coming from the business owner and CEOs. And they are going to hear about the policy coming from governments of countries and also coming from the leaders globally. So that's why, because of this, then we are coming here to give a kind of show up about the positivity of Indonesia, to be socialized to them. So then they know about Indonesia comprehensively, not in a kind of fragmented understanding. So that's why then we have not only about showing in this room, but we have also some seminars bringing about the positivity of Indonesia potentials and policy to the future, and the trajectory of Indonesia in the future, that will be one of top 5 economy. So it is not just a kind of dream. It is the reality that we would like to do with our best effort.
The projection is real out there, that we're going to be one of the biggest economies out there. And piggybacking and echoing on what you just said, Your Excellency, is that what I would like to know further on what kind of brand we would like to project onto the global communities out there, to further entice, quote unquote, potential investors to invest here in the country.
Yeah, something, because the theme of WEF is about collaborations in fragmented, fracture world. Fracture world. So it means that we know that will be a kind of, yeah, So it means that we have to bring something new, because we know that it has been a kind of destructions into the ecosystem, into the economy, into the supply chains, those kind of things. So it means that it is about the time that the new balance will be around. But this requires also some new participations. And with this kind of supply and demand, with the technology, with the new market, with the new tendencies of products for the future, so we see a very clear indications that involvement of emerging market will be very clear. And because of this then, the cooperations between those who are having technology and capital, they have no other choice that they have to do a kind of cooperations with developing countries. One of them is Indonesia. So that's why it is lucky for us that our minister is invited to speak about this kind of thing in the Web Forum. So this will be the
prestigious forum too.
Yes. So this is the messages that will be brought about by our minister, telling the world that when we talk about SDGs, this is responsibility for all, but we have to appreciate every single effort that is done by every single country. So in this case, there will not be any dominations one country to the other. We have to keep supporting one another in order to reach 2030 FDGs. Otherwise, this will experience the same like Millennium Development Goals that was failed.
Right.
We don't want to face this kind of thing in the future.
Right. And Minister said earlier at the forum just next door that this is for common prosperity. That is the main goals. I know your time is pressed, Mr. Deputy Minister. Just my final question to you. The Davos Forum, the World Economic Forum 2023, lasts until the 20th of January this year. So what's next going forward for our ministry in terms of potential investments in the country and ways to promote it, which is practically your department?
Yeah, so that is very good for us in order to design the strategy for us to do kind of promotion. So it means as Davos, it is a very big, well-known and also reputable event. And start from that time, then we have made a kind of image branding about Indonesia, and we socialize about the strategy and policy coming from the government side, and we socialize as well also the opportunities of 69 of investment opportunities in Indonesia and other potentials that we have. So started from this point on, then it is giving a kind of easiness for us to socialize about investment opportunities that we are going to do in other part of the world after this event. So because of this, then, we are very firm that we are going to make a better cooperations and collaborations with other inside of Indonesia, with the government and also private sectors. But we are going to be together to bring Indonesia into the national and international global arena, bringing this positivity. So Indonesia is confirmed going to be one of gravitations for growth of the world.
That is heartwarming to hear. So, Deputy Minister for Investment Promotion of the Ministry of Investments of the Republic of Indonesia, Your Excellency Nurul Ikhwan, thank you so much for your time and your insights for TVR Our World. And that concludes our conversations with the Deputy Minister. I guess, in short, we can say that there's a bright futures in terms of potential investments from Indonesia to the world. And here from Davos, Switzerland, Rahmat Idris and my camera person, Danu Rijal, reported for TVR Our World.